Hello everybody, welcome back to another exciting e-program. Today, me and my main girl Wrigley are at Lake Oliver, which is right across from Lake Cochran Recreation Area. I am so excited to announce that it is welcome weekend in the parks this weekend. So that means no park entrance license is required, and we are also offering free fishing this weekend. So that means you do not need a fishing license. However, rules and regulations still apply, as well as limits, and for welcome weekend with no park entrance licenses, you still need a camping reservation if you are going to stay. So since there's free fishing this weekend, we are going to do a little lesson today on some tips and tricks on how to fish and how simple it can be. One thing I'd like to remind you is to remember social distancing while fishing. All of our public accesses and fishing piers, such as this one, we have signs like this that just give CDC recommendations and tell you to stay about 6 feet away from everybody around you that's not in your immediate household. And it reminds you that 6 foot is about the average length of a fishing pole. So that's just an easy reminder for you to make sure you're not standing too close to anybody. Many different diverse fishing opportunities for whoever you are. Right now, we are standing on the fishing pier. We have lots of these around the state, and they are excellent. They leave plenty of room for everybody to social distance, and they provide good habitat and shelter for some smaller fish underneath. So it's a pretty good opportunity. You may catch some nice little fish. Time of year, the fishing is optimal because many female fish are getting ready to spawn. So they come in close to shore to feed and lay some eggs, and right about now is a great time to be fishing. The best tips that I have for fishing right now is to just get a regular jig head and a twister tail, a plastic twister tail, or just get a minnow and hook it in through that. And we're gonna dive in a little bit deeper into that in just a minute. It was getting a little crowded over at Oliver, so I decided to head over to the picnic shelter at Lake Cochran across the street, and I wanna tell you guys just how easy it is to go fishing. You don't need a $200 fishing pole or a $50,000 boat. All you need is some open shoreline, public fishing access wherever you may be, and you can spend $20 and be all set up to go fishing. Any of your retailers, Walmart, Target, Menards, anything like that, or your local bait shops if they're open, have fishing poles. Something like this little setup right here will cost around $15, and they have beginner fishing poles and tackle boxes that'll give you everything that you need. I had mentioned a twister tail before. This is what a twister tail is. It's just a little thing, and it kind of mimics the way a worm or something else would look in the water. That is a great way to catch fish right now. Otherwise, use that same jig head with what I just showed you with a minnow on it, and that is even better for a time like this. We are going to rig up this fishing pole and get it ready to go fishing. Like I said, a setup like this and all the tackle and jigs that you're gonna need for going fishing could cost you around $20. It's a great family activity to get out and do. So, we talked about it in our ice fishing video. It's kind of crazy to think that we've been doing these videos long enough that we've done ice fishing and now shoreline fishing. But I kind of taught you how to tie knots before. I will brief you on how to jig this, rig this pole up. You'll want some weights, some split shots like that. Set that on there and pinch it shut. A pliers is an excellent tool to have. Another thing, if you hook a fish too deep, a pliers helps you get those hooks out. But if it's too deep, the best thing to do is to just cut your line and set that fish free. The hooks will dissolve along the way. So we've got our weight on there, and we'll go with, how about a regular plain old hook? Maybe, if I can get them open. It works great for fishing this time of year, but right now I'm just gonna show you on a regular hook. So you take the string, put it through the eyelet, and twist it 7 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and one more for good luck. You take this part of the string, this is what we call the tag end, and you put it through this little hole right there. Oh goodness, Riggy's telling us how she feels about tying knots. Hold that tag end, and then You want to lick it so it gets wet and then it doesn't get too hot and rip. And pull it tight, and you have a monofilament knot. You're ready to go. You'll want to cut off this excess, which we'll do in a little bit, and then you'll take your twister tail or your minnow or whatever you're using, your worm. If you're using a jig head or a twister tail, you make it a J, and then you put it through Riggy, just like this, and you're ready to fish. All right, this is a bobber. I forgot to mention this before. This is what floats on top of the water. For a bobber like this, you push down on the top and string it through, and you're set. When this bobber goes underwater, pull up and you've set the hook and you've caught your fish. This is what tells you when there's a fish on the line. For a fishing pole like this, you push this button in, look behind you, make sure there's nobody that you could hook, and release the button as you throw it. And then you have to crank it once to set it in, and you watch your bobber and wait for it to go down. I hope you all learned something from this quick e-program and can go out and get yourself a fishing pole and enjoy the family time together. Like I said before, it's free park entrance with welcome weekend and free fishing. Get out and enjoy it and take some pictures and send them back in to us. We will see you next week. Bye.